Welcome to the Chooser and the Instrumentation Virtual Lab. And now we are moving towards the experiment number 9, that is pressure measurement using bourdon tube gauge. So this is the whole setup for the pressure measurement, where this is the bourdon tube. These are the weights. The specification of these weights have been here. It has been mentioned that each weight is of 100 pounds, and this is the piston whose area is 2 square inch, and the pressure range, it's been mentioned here for this bourdon tube, is 0 to 200 pounds, and this is the liquid reservoir which is used for storing the liquid. So through this bourdon tube gauge we will be measuring the pressure, and we will be performing the experiment to measure this pressure. So first of all, in order to start your experiment, there is a run button. You have to press run button in order to start your experiment. So this is your run button. As I'm going to click this run button, I'll be in the run mode, that is, I'll be in the state to perform the experiment. So now as I click this run button, now after making your experiment in the run mode, you have to again start this experiment. That was for making your experiment in the run mode, and now this is for starting your experiment. Now as I click this start button, you see that water goes inside and this piston moves up. Up till now there is no pressure here, so easily water goes through this and it applies force on this piston and it moves upward. Now as you will increase the force on it, it will goes down, as I will show you, because as you will apply the forces here is these weights which have been put there. This will come by one, and they will apply some force on this piston, and that piston will goes down, as I will show you now. Now this is the actual pressure. This is the actual pressure of these weights when they will be put upon this piston, and this is the measured pressure. This measured pressure has been measured through this bourdon tube. So now I am going to perform the experiment. We have started our experiment. Now I will increase the force. Now as I will increase the force one by one, so at different forces we will be getting the different values of the actual force, pressure, and the measured pressure. Now as I will increase it, you see that as I am going to make it 100, that weight will come and it will just put up some force on this piston, and the pressure will make this bourdon tube to expand a lot, and in this way that meter goes up. This will indicate that how much pressure has been applied on this piston, and here in this we will be getting the true versus measured pressure graph. And here's another option for the displacement in the bourdon tube, that is how much displacement is there of this piston, and this is the graph between the displacement of that piston and the pressure. So now again I will increase the weight. Now again if I make it to the 200, that you will see that a weight will again come and it will put here on the piston. That will increase the pressure, and due to that pressure the piston goes down, and the water here, it will make this bourdon tube to expand a bit, and due to that this needle which will be showing, or which will be working as the indicator of the pressure, will increase, and that will show how the pressure is increasing as you put these weights on it. At the same time we are getting the actual pressure and the measured pressure. Now again I will increase some weight on it. Suppose I make it to the 300 pounds. We have put here the 300 pounds here, and this pressure will increase as we are keeping one by one the different weights, and this piston will goes down, and corresponding to that again the meter is being showing us that how much pressure is there exactly on the piston. At the same time we are getting the this is the measured pressure. So this is the actual pressure and this is the measured pressure. Now why is the difference between the actual pressure and the measured pressure? It may be like because they are the mechanical devices and they are not the perfect ones. So there is somewhat slight error is there. Due to that error in maybe error rate of any type, it can be like a mechanical error may be there, or some other sort of error is there, due to which we see that the value is slight deflecting from the actual pressure, but it's somewhat near to it, very close to it. There's a little bit of difference, and this difference will tell you about how this value of the difference between the actual pressure and the measured pressure will let you know about the percentage error of this bourdon tube. So now again I will increase some weight on it. Now as I put the fourth weight also there on the piston, you will see that piston goes again down, and this needle also expands, and it will show you the more pressure which has been applied on it. So in this way we see that at different weights different pressure has been applied on it, and more the pressure, the more reading it been shown by this bourdon tube. And again the graph is also plotted between the pressure and the time. Here we see that the two graphs are there, that is red one is showing for the measured pressure and the white one is for the true pressure. And the same time we're also getting as per displacement, that displacement of this piston, we'll see that displacement as versus pressure here, where this is the inlet valve. This has been shown here. These are the window which is showing you exactly how these things look like and what are exactly the specification of those things which we have used there in our experiment. So in this way we understand how exactly the mechanism of the pressure is being done through bourdon tube gauge. So we understand now that how the pressure measurement is being done, and we also get that there is we also calculated the measured pressure, and we have got the actual pressure also. So this actual pressure and the measured pressure will tell you about the error also, what how you can calculate the percentage error. So in this way we understand the experiment. So the documentation part is there, and you can go through those documentation and you can perform the experiment. You can learn about the bourdon tube and how exactly the pressure is being measured through the bourdon tube gauge. And this bourdon tube gauge is having a lot of many applications. The industrial applications are there for the bourdon tube gauge. A lot of many applications are there in the industries. It is everywhere used, where when it comes of pressure measurement, bourdon tube gauge is one of the options that is readily available everywhere. So in this way we learn that how exactly this pressure is being measured. So in the last I like to conclude by saying that when you stop your experiment, when you have done, or when you are over with your experiment, there is a stop button. So you click the stop button. This stop button will make your experiment reset, and your value will this is the indication that red LED will glow up. This is just an indication that now your experiment is in the stop mode. So in this we learn about the pressure measurement. So in the last I like to conclude that I hope you would have understand. And suppose if you don't understand, then there is a procedure is given to you. You can follow this procedure step by step, and you can go through the experiment, and you can perform the experiment, and you can make your basics very firm regarding the pressure measurement and when it comes to bourdon tube gauge. So thanks once a lot for listening this audio tutorial. Thanks once again.